Hare Krishna. So we're going to read about scriptural references to predicting the appearance of the incarnation of Krishna as Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Because it's an important part of our Krishna consciousness movement. We're following in the line of Brahma, Sampradaya, Madhva, Gaudiya. Gaudiya refers to Lord Chaitanya's line. And the Gaudiya Vaishnavas make quite a strong case for accepting that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the divine Supreme Personality of Godhead. So people will have questions. Why do we accept that? So first of all, in the Srimad Bhagavatam, sage Karabhajana King Nimi was inquiring from him, and about what are the colors and forms does the Supreme Personality of God. Is someone going to sit here so they can help read when it's necessary? What names, what regulative principles is the Lord worshipped? And the answer is given in the Srimad Bhagavatam 11.5.32 about Kali Yuga. He says, Krishna Varnam Tvisha Krishnam Sango Pangastra Parshadam Yagyai Sankirtana Praya Yajantihi Sumedasa. Translation.
In the age of Kali, intelligent persons perform congregational chanting to worship the incarnation of Godhead, who constantly sings the names of Krishna. Although his complexion is not blackish, he is Krishna himself. He is accompanied by his associates, servants, weapons, and confidential companions.
This is considered to be the most important verse, supporting the position of Lord Chaitanya, because it's so explicit. The question is, tell us about the incarnations in Kali Yuga. And the answer is given that in Kali Yuga, the incarnation, he chants the names of Krishna. He's not blackish. He's Krishna himself, and he's accompanied by his associates, etc. So congregational chanting is the primary teaching of this incarnation. Okay, next. So someone would say, well, he's not blackish, but that could be any color. So then the next verse is from the 10th canto Srimad Bhagavatam, spoken by Gargamuni. This is at the time when he's giving the name for Krishna and Balaram, as he was asked to do by Nanda Maharaj. He says, Asan Varnas Trayo Hyasya Kranato nu yugam tanuhu. Shuklo raktas tata pita idanin krishnatam gataha.
This boy, Krishna, has three other colors, white, red, and yellow, as he appears in different ages. Now he has appeared in a transcendental blackish color.
So that these three other colors, yellow, red, and white, are for the other ages of the Chatra Yuga. So blackish is the form for the Dvapara Yuga, which is Krishna. And yellow is the form that the Lord appears during Kali Yuga, and that refers to Lord Chaitanya. Then, next very important verse is from the Mahabharata. Suvarna Varno Hemango Varangas Chandanangadi Sannyasa Chama Shanto Nishta Shanti Parayana.
In his early pastimes, he appears as a householder with a golden complexion. His limbs are beautiful, and his body, smeared with the pulp of sandalwood, seems like molten gold. In his later pastimes, he accepts the sannyasa order, and he is equipoised and peaceful. He is the highest abode of peace and devotion, for he silences the impersonalist non-devotees.
So this is in this Vishnu Sahasranam, 1,000 names of Lord Vishnu. This is referring to Lord Vishnu. This one's difficult to not point directly to Lord Chaitanya, because in his earlier pastimes he's a householder with a golden complexion. Lord Chaitanya is famous as Gauranga, Gaura Hari, Gaura Sundar, beautiful. Gaura means golden feature. He was a householder in his early pastimes. Then his limbs are beautiful, smeared with sandalwood pulp, like mold. And then he takes sannyas, equipoised and peaceful, and he silences the impersonalist non-devotees. Who else could be described as silencing the impersonalist non-devotees? Like Lord Chaitanya, he silenced Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya and the sannyasi, what was his name with the thousands of disciples? Prakashananda Saraswati. So, this is from Mahabharata. And next, this verse, this is from Mundaka Upanishad, 3.1.13. And it's also quoted in the Chaitanya Charitamrita purport by Srila Prabhupada. Yada pasya pashyate rukmavarnam kartaram isham purusham brahmayonim.
One who sees that golden-colored personality of Godhead, the Supreme Lord, the Supreme Actor, who is the source of the Supreme Brahman, is liberated.
So these are the Shruti mantras. The Upanishads are part of the Shruti mantras, accepted as being very bona fide even by some strict Vedic Vedantas. They don't accept even the Smriti Shastras, but they accept the Shruti. So this quotation is from Shruti, very authoritative. Next, in the Bhagavatam again, Prahlad Maharaj describes the Lord as Lord Chaitanya as an incarnation for Kali Yuga covered incarnation. Chana kalo yad abhavas triyugo ta swatvam.
In the age of Kali, however, you do not assert yourself as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and therefore you are known as Triyuga, or the Lord who appears in three yugas.
It doesn't mean he doesn't appear in Kali Yuga. He doesn't assert himself as being the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Lord Chaitanya didn't do that. Sometimes one devotee might refer to him, "You're the Supreme Personality of Godhead." He would cover his ears. He would say, anyone who claims, no one can accept such praise. It's okay to praise the spiritual master, but if you say he's God, then he becomes disturbed. So Lord Chaitanya would do that. Only on very special occasions would he allow himself to be recognized for who the advanced devotees knew he actually was, but that was a very rare occasion. In principle, he did not assert himself. He was in the mood of Srimati Radharani as a servant rather than in the mood of Krishna. Then in the Krishna Yamala Tantra, Punya Kshetre Navadvipe Bhavishyami Shachisutta.
I shall appear in the holy land of Navadvip as a son of Sachi Devi.
This is also quoted by Srila Prabhupada in the purport for Chaitanya Charitamrita. So this is quite direct. Navadvip, that's where Lord Chaitanya appeared, in Navadvip, and his mother's name was Shachi. I've encountered persons who try to use the fact that there is an incarnation for Kali Yuga that's unknown, so they say it's some particular person. And they try to use these verses, but they don't apply. First of all, one person tried to say, well, such and such person is the incarnation for Kali Yuga, but it says clearly that he was very beautiful, and this person was not beautiful that he was referring to. I mean, by any stretch of the imagination, he's not tall, he's not beautiful, he's not golden, he didn't chant the names of Krishna, he didn't take sannyas. The list goes on and on. He wasn't born in Navadvip. He didn't spread the Sankirtan movement. His mother's name wasn't Sachi. So he's disqualified. But Lord Chaitanya fits all these descriptions. Next from the Vayu Purana. Kalo Sankirtana Rambe Bhavishyami Shachisutta.
In the age of Kali, when the Sankirtan movement is inaugurated, I shall descend as a son of Sachi Devi.
This one's also quoted by Srila Prabhupada in the purport of Chaitanya Charitamrita. Now, okay, next one is from Brahma Yamala Tantra. Atavaham Dharadhame Budva Mad Bhakta Rupakdrik Mayayam Chabhavishyami Kalo Sankirtana Agame.
Sometimes I personally appear on the surface of the world in the garb of a devotee. Specifically, I appear as the son of Sachi in Kali Yuga to start the Sankirtan movement.
This is also quoted by Srila Prabhupada in the purport of Chaitanya Charitamrita. Next from Ananta Samhita. Yaeva Bhagavan Krishna Radhika Prana Balavavaha Shrishyado Sa Jagannatho Gaura Asin Maheshwari.
The Supreme Person, Sri Krishna himself, who is the life of Sri Radharani and is the Lord of the universe in creation, maintenance and annihilation, appears as Gaura or Maheshwari.
That's also quoted in the purport of Chaitanya Charitamrita by Srila Prabhupada. Next is an important section. There's Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur explains that within the Atharva Veda there's one division called the Chaitanya Upanishad. And we have a whole section here which I think is worthwhile to read. It's 19 verses. Now, someone might say, well, I don't know about the Chaitanya Upanishad. But Bhaktivinoda Thakur has authorized it. And also Srila Prabhupada quotes the fifth verse. We'll get to that in a moment. But he quotes that in the purport of Chaitanya Charitamrita. That's significant because the translation is the same. The Sanskrit is the same and the translation is the same. That means that the entire section is bona fide, at least according to Srila Prabhupada and Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And it's going to be difficult to find better scholars than them, and it's also supported by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. It's going to be difficult to find someone with more authorization than they. So let's read this. So it starts off, Ata Pipalada Samitpanir Bhagavatam Brahmanam Upasano Bhagavan Me Shubham Kimatra Chakshashvaititi.
Carrying firewood in his hands, Pipalada humbly approached his father, Lord Brahma, and asked, "O my Lord, please tell me how I may attain an auspicious life."
So this is the son, Pipalada is the famous son of Lord Brahma. He's approaching, asking Lord Brahma, Sahovacha, Bhuya eva tapasa brahmacharyena, Shashvat Ramasva Mano Vaseti.
Lord Brahma replied, "Be satisfied by remaining always celibate and perform austerities. Carefully control the activities of the mind. In this way, you will attain an auspicious condition of life."
Satata bhutva bhuya enam upasadaha bhagavan kalo papachchana pragyakatam mucharena iti.
Pipalada followed these instructions, and after having become pure in his own heart and mind, he again approached his father and asked, "O my Lord, please tell me how the sinful living entities in the Kali Yuga may be delivered."
Because the devotees are merciful. They're thinking how to deliver. It's like someone might say, how can we deliver the sinful people of Kansas City? That's a question that we often think about. How can we do that? And if some great personality were present, we'd say, please tell us, my dear saintly person, how we can deliver the sinful persons of Kansas City. So it's not an unusual question. Because devotees are thinking how to save the fallen souls. So he's asking, what about Kali Yuga? What's the process for saving the fallen souls of Kali Yuga? And because he's in the association of Lord Brahma, he's thinking, now I'll get the perfect answer. Kova devata kova mantra bruhiti.
Who should be the object of their worship, and what mantra should they chant in order to become delivered? Kindly inform me.
Yeah, because you can't just make up a mantra. Just anybody makes up their own mantra. That happened. We were listening to a lecture of Srila Prabhupada the other morning, and he made reference to someone in India who made up a mantra. I mean, he had names of Krishna in the mantra, but because he wasn't a self-realized person, it was conflicting. It had rasa basa, mixed rasas. He didn't understand who Lord Chaitanya was, who Krishna. He didn't understand who Nityananda was. He mixed it all up, and it became offensive. So nobody can just make up a mantra in Kali Yuga, whatever they like. Chanting, there are specific rules and regulations. So this is an important question also. What mantra will be chanted? And what else does he say? Who will be the object of their worship? Okay. So that's the continuation of Pipalada's question. Now Brahma replies, Sahovacha, Rasyam te vadishyami, Janavi tere navadvipe golokakye, Tamni govindo, Vibhujo Gaura, Sarvatma Mahapurusho, Mahatma Mahayogi, Trigunatita, Sattvarupo Bhaktim, Loke Kasya Titi, Taete Shloka Bhavanti.
Lord Brahma replied, listen carefully, for I shall give you a confidential description of what will happen in the Kali Yuga. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Govinda, the Supreme Enjoyer, whose form is transcendental, who is beyond the touch of the three modes of material nature, and who is all-pervading Super Soul, residing in the hearts of all living entities, will appear again in the Kali age. Appearing as the greatest devotee, the Supreme Personality of Godhead will assume a two-armed form of golden complexion in his abode of Goloka Vrindavan, manifested on the bank of the Ganges at Navadvip. He will disseminate pure devotional service in the world. This incarnation of the Lord is described in the following verses.
This is the verse specifically that Prabhupada quoted in his purport. So that legitimatizes all the verses up to that and after that, because it's now, the verse itself says, the description of Lord Chaitanya, the incarnation of Krishna, is given in the following verses. So all these verses afterward are also legitimatized. So if we want transcendental evidence, here it is. Of course, one can say, I don't accept it, but it's difficult to disregard all these Shastric statements. So let's read now the description of the personality of Godhead who will be worshipped in Kali Yuga. Eko Deva Sarvarupi Mahatma Goro Rakta Shamala Sveta Rupa Chaitanyatma Savai Chaitanya Shaktir Bhakta Karo Bhakti Do Bhakti Vedya.
The one Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the master of all transcendental potencies and who may be known only by devotional service, appears in innumerable transcendental forms. He has appeared with red, black, and white complexions, and he shall also appear in the golden form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He shall assume the role of a perfect devotee, and he will teach the conditioned souls the path of pure devotional service.
Next. Namo Vedanta Vedyaya Krishnaya Paramatmane Sarva Chaitanya Rupaya Chaitanyaya Namo Namaha.
I offer my respectful obeisances unto Lord Sri Krishna, the all-pervading personality of Godhead, who is understood by the study of Vedanta philosophy. He is the master of all transcendental potencies, and he appears as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
His name, Namo Namaha, his name is Chaitanya. So this is quite explicit. Vedanta Vedyam Purusham Puranam Chaitanyatmanam Vishvayonim Mahantam Tameva Vidit Vati Mrityum Eti Nanya Panta Vijite Yanaya.
One who understands that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is known by the study of the Vedanta philosophy, who is the original cause of the universe, and who is the oldest, the original person, crosses beyond this world of birth and death. This is the proper understanding of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and aside from this, there is no other way for one to achieve liberation.
Swanama mula mantrena sarvam ladayati vibhuhu.
Appearing in this golden form, the all-powerful Supreme Lord will fill the entire universe with transcendental bliss by the chanting of His own holy names.
We can also consider that it's actually happened, or shall we say, Lord Chaitanya appeared. He did fulfill everything that the scriptures predicted or foretold, and not only that, but we get the extra benefit, because one could say at the time of Lord Chaitanya, well, okay, this person's chanting, this person was born in Navadvip, his mother was Sachi, he's golden, he took sannyas, he silenced the Mayavadis, all that, but we don't know if his movement is going to spread, or it's just a small little thing which is limited to Bengal or West Bengal or something like that. Now it's gone all over the world. Now Chaitanya's prediction that the chanting will be the process for the age of Kali is obvious. Where do we see such a magnificent increase in transcendental faith in God? Generally we see the faith in God is diminishing day by day by day. It's being just like someone's disassembling a wall. It's just cracked, crack, every day more cracks. Less and less faith in God, less and less appreciation for God's instructions, less and less following any instructions of the scriptures. Faith in the scriptures is getting weak, it's weaker. But this is the countercurrent. Lord Chaitanya's movement is the countercurrent against the rushing river of Kali Yuga, which takes us down to the lower degrees of non-devotional activities. But Lord Chaitanya's Sankirtan movement, chanting the holy names, it's not just happening in India, it's happening all over the world. People from all different backgrounds, they've never even heard of Lord Chaitanya. They never even heard of Krishna. They never heard of the Vedas. They never heard of Sanskrit. And still they're taking up this mission and they're becoming pure devotees. How is that possible? So we have the extra added benefit of being a part of the movement 500 years after Lord Chaitanya, and see, because of mercy of the great acharyas, seeing how it's expanding and how it's being spread all over the world. So it's not just theoretical, this is effective, practical. Tve Shakti Parame Tasya Ladini Samved Eva Chat Iti.
In this way, the Supreme Lord manifests two of His transcendental potencies, His Ladini Shakti, the potency of transcendental bliss, and Samvid Shakti, the potency of transcendental knowledge.
Yes, Lord Chaitanya, in the mood of Srimati Radharani, she's Ladini Shakti personified. And he also manifested the Shakti of transcendental knowledge. He defeated Keshav Kashmiri and all the great pundits, all the great scholars. In fact, he not only defeated those from the Vedic culture, but he defeated the Buddhists in discussion, and he defeated a scholar, the Chankazi, he was also a Muslim scholar, so they had a debate, and Lord Chaitanya defeated him also. So this is the principle of transcendental knowledge. Saiva mula mantram japati harir iti Krishna iti Rama iti.
The Supreme Lord will chant a mantra consisting of the names Hari, Krishna and Rama. The Maha Mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Yes, this name Hari, in the vocative, it's Hare. It means O Hari. It can also mean O Hara. Prabhupada generally describes it as meaning O Hara, O goddess of fortune, O mother of, or the consort of the Lord Hari. But it also refers to Hari, because Hari in the vocative is also Hare. So it means both, Hara and Hari. So this verse is stressing the Hari part. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. That's the three words of this mantra. Japati, Hare, Krishna and Rama. Let's see, what are the three names? Three names are Hari, Krishna and Rama. That's what we have there. That's the Maha Mantra. Now you might say, well, how do we know it's the Maha Mantra? There might be some other mantra that has that names. No. What's that verse? Iti Shodashakam Nam Kalikama Shanashanam. Was a Kali Santarana Upanishad. It says 16 words, and it gives the 16 words in that order. So that's supported. These three words are counteracted in the age of Kali by the Maha Mantra, specifically as we have it. So there's no question about which mantra, which Maha Mantra. This is the Maha Mantra. And Lord Chaitanya chanted the Maha Mantra. And that's why we see in Lord Chaitanya's movement they're still chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. They didn't change it. They kept the same mantra. How did they get it? Where did Gaura Kishore Das Babaji get it from? He got it from Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Where did Bhaktivinoda Thakur? He got it from Jagannath. He got it from Baladev. He got it from Narottam. He got it from Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami. Got it from the 6 Goswamis. Got it from Chaitanya. That's the mantra. So we're chanting the same mantra that Lord Chaitanya chanted. And is also recommended in the Upanishads. Harati Hridaya Grantim Vasana Rupam Iti Hari Krishi Smarane Tachchanash Tad Ubaya Melanam Iti Krishna Ramayati Sarvam Iti Rama Ananda Rupa Atushloko Bhavati.
These three names of the Supreme Lord, Hari, Krishna and Rama, may be explained in the following way. Hari means he who unties Harati, the knot of material desire in the hearts of the living entities. Krishna is divided into the two syllables, Krish and Na. Krish means he who attracts the minds of all living entities, and Na means the supreme transcendental pleasure. These two syllables combine to become the name Krishna. And Rama means he who delights Ramayati, all living entities. And it also means he who is full of transcendental bliss. The Maha Mantra consists of the repetition of these names of the Supreme Lord.
Mantro Guya Paramo Bhakti Vedyaham.
The Maha Mantra Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare is the best of all mantras. Although it is very difficult to understand this Maha Mantra, it may be understood when one engages in pure devotional service of the Supreme Lord.
Namanyashtav Shashobhanani Tani Nityam Ye Japanti Dhiraste Vai Mayam Atitaranti Manya Paramam Mantram Parama Rahasyam Nityam Avatarayati.
Those who seriously desire to make progress in spiritual life continually chant these 16 splendid names of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and in this way they cross beyond the bondage of continued material existence. The chanting of these holy names of the Lord is the greatest of all mantras, and it is the most confidential of all secrets.
Chaitanya eva Shankara Shano Vasudeva Parameshti Rudra Shakro Brihaspati Sarve Deva Sarvani Bhutani Stavarani Charani Chayat. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who appears as Lord Sankarshan and Lord Vasudeva. He is the original father of Brahma, Shiva, Indra, Brihaspati, all the demigods, and all moving and non-moving living entities. He is the original cause of all that is temporary and all that is eternal. Nothing exists separately from him, and therefore he is everything. He is described in the following verses. Hare Hare. Yakinchid asad bhunkte ksharam tatkaryamuchate satkaranam param jivas tadaksharam itiritam sharaksharabyam parama saeva purushottamaha chaitanyakyam param tattva sarvakarana karanam.
This material world is temporary, whereas the individual living entities who try to enjoy matter are eternal and superior to it. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is superior to both the temporary material energy and the eternal living entities. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is this Supreme Person, the Absolute Truth, the original cause of all causes.
Yainam rasayati bhajati dhyayati sapapmanam tarati saputo bhavati satatvam janati satarati shokam katistashyate nanyasyeti.
One who worships the Supreme Lord, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, with devotion and always remembers him, becomes free from all sins and completely pure. Easily understanding the truth about the personality of Godhead and becoming free from all material lamentation, such a devotee attains the supreme goal of life, which is unattainable by those averse to the Supreme Lord, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
It's difficult to imagine how the intricacies of spiritual knowledge could be explained any other way. How would we be able to understand these things? But yet, Lord Chaitanya is making it so simple, explaining everything, And the chanting combined with this process of devotional service is having such a marvelous effect. Without Lord Chaitanya's mercy, it's doubtful whether we would be here. Okay, so that's the 19th, is there one more?
No, we are done.
We finished all 19?
Yeah.
Very good. Okay, now we'll go on to the Purusha Bodhini Upanishad. Saptame Gauravarna Vishnur iti anena svashaktya chaikyam etya pran te pratar avatirya sahasvaya sumanum shikshayati.
In the 7th Manvantara, in the beginning of the Kali Yuga, the Supreme Personality of Godhead will, accompanied by his own associates, descend in a golden form to the earth. He will teach the chanting of his own holy names.
Now the Samaveda. Tataham kritasanyaso bhugirbhano atarishe tire akanandaya punar Ishvara prartita saparivaro niralambo nirdute kalikalmasha kavalita janava lambanaya.
To deliver the people devoured by the sins of Kali Yuga, I will, accompanied by my associates, descend to the earth in a place by the Ganges shore. I will be a Brahmana Avaduta Sannyasi. Again and again, I will chant the holy names of the Lord.
So the next verses are attributed to the Chandogya Upanishad. The background is that Srila Prabodhananda Saraswati refers to the Chandogya Upanishad and gives a meaning for it. And he says that those who are very advanced devotees understand the meaning to be referring to where Lord Chaitanya appears in Navadvip, Antardvip. And Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur has written some verses, and these verses are given here, which are based on that portion of the Chandogya Upanishad. In other words, revealing the transcendental real meaning of it. So we'll read those. Written by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Atra Brahmapuram, because in the Chandogya Upanishad it's described Brahmapuram. So Lord Bhaktivinoda Thakur is explaining about that. Nama Pundarikam Yaruchite tad evashtadalam padmasanibham puram adbhutam.
In that place is a wonderful city like an 8-petal lotus flower.
Tanmadye daharam, the daharam is used in the Chandogya Upanishad. Sakshat Mayapura Mitiryate Tatraveshma Bhagavatas Chaitanyasya Paratmanaha Tasmin Yast Tvantarakasho Yantardvipa Sauchite.
In the middle of that lotus city is a place called Mayapura. And in the middle of Mayapur is a place called Antardvipa. That place is the home of Lord Chaitanya, the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Then the Krishna Upanishad describes Saeva Bhagavan Yuge Turiyepi Brahmakule. I'll skip the Sanskrit. Go ahead, read the English.
In the Kali Yuga, Lord Krishna will appear in a Brahman's family. He will teach the message of the Upanishads and the Dharma Shastras. He will defeat the atheists and offenders and he will establish the truth of Vaishnava Dharma.
Now the Smritis, those were all from Shruti Shastras, the 4 Vedas. Now we'll hear references from the Smriti Shastra, which includes the Puranas and Mahabharata. Garuda Purana, Kale Prartama Sandhyayam Lakshmi Kanto Bhavishyati Taru Brahma Samipascha Sannyasi Gaura Vigraha.
In the first Sandhya of Kali Yuga, the Supreme Personality of Godhead will assume a golden form. First, he will be the husband of Lakshmi, and then he will be a sannyasi who stays near Lord Jagannath at Puri.
At Daru Brahma, that refers to Lord Jagannath, a wooden form of the Lord. So that's a very appropriate description that Lord Chaitanya would remain close to Lord Jagannath. He did. He lived there for 12 years. After he took sannyas, he made his home in Jagannath Puri, where Lord Jagannath resided. And for the first 6 years, he traveled all over India, especially South India. And then the last 12 years, he lived in Jagannath Puri. These are all quotes from Garuda Purana. We'll skip the Sanskrit, go to the next English.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead, who enjoyed glorious pastimes with Sri Dham, and other Gopa boys in Vrindavan forest, and whose eyes glanced at the gopis' breasts, will again come to this world to reveal the nature of pure spiritual love. At that time, his name will be Chaitanya.
Because one might think these devotees of Chaitanya, maybe they're coming from Bengal, and so they have a special affinity for God from their own place. So that one may think like that. But these Vedic scriptures are indicating that it's not just a Bengali, kind of storytelling, but these are predictions by Lord Brahma, the greatest authority in the universe, and the Vedic Shastras. Next one.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead, who enjoyed pastimes with the gopis, who day and night filled the people of Vrindavan with happiness, who killed Kamsa, and who is in the war between the Kauravas, made friendship with the Pandavas, will come again to the earth. Of this there is no doubt. His arm decorated with a bamboo danda, he will be a sannyasi, and his name will be Chaitanya.
Chaitanya Rupa Prabhu. He'll be known in the form of Chaitanya. This is from the Garuda Purana. Continue, next one.
To deliver the conditioned souls burning in the trouble of Kali Yuga, in the first Sandhya of that age, I will take birth among the Brahmanas.
So in each age, there's a beginning portion. Sandhya means the kind of coming together of two portions. Just like twilight. Twilight is the Sandhya between day and night. So similarly, there is a Sandhya at the beginning of every age, and it combines the last age and this age. So in the beginning Sandhya, Lord Chaitanya appeared. That's only 5,000 years. Lord Chaitanya appeared after 4,500 years. That's still within the beginning Sandhya, first Sandhya. Continue.
In my original spiritual form, perfect and complete, I will become the son of Sachi Devi in Navadvip Mayapur at the beginning of Kali Yuga.
And this is the beginning, because the Kali Yuga lasts for 432,000 years. Right? And we've passed, Lord Chaitanya appeared after 4,500 years. So still there's, and we've passed another 500 years. So 5,000. 432 minus 5 is 427,000. This is just the beginning of the age. Continue.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead will again appear in this world. His name will be Sri Krishna Chaitanya, and he will spread the chanting of the Lord's holy names.
This is from the Devi Purana, and the Sanskrit is explicit. Kvachit Sri Krishna Chaitanya Nama Loka Bhavishyati. So the Devi Purana is also an authorized scripture. It's one of the Puranas. It's quoted here, and Prabhupada quotes it in his writings also, so it's authorized. Next, Nrsimha Purana.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead, who in the Satya Yuga appeared as a half man, half lion to cure a terrible disease that had ravaged the Daityas, and who in Treta Yuga appeared as a person named Rama, a person who defeated the 10-headed demon Ravana, and who in the Dwapar Yuga removed the earth's burden and protected the Gopa people of Rajapura, will appear again in the Kali Yuga. His form will be golden. He will delight in chanting the Lord's holy names, and his name will be Chaitanya.
Gauranga, the Sanskrit is Gauranga, Priya Kirtana Kali Yuga Chaitanya Nama Prabhu. Very straightforward. Then Padma Purana.
In the first Sandhya of Kali Yuga, I will appear on the earth in a beautiful place by the Ganges shore. I will be the son of Sachi Devi, and my complexion will be golden.
So Kale, Pratama Sandhyaya, the beginning, the first Sandhya, Gauranga, Mahitale on the bank of the Bhagirata Tate, the bank of the Bhagirata, which is another name for the Ganges. Bhagirat, because King Bhagirat, he brought down the Ganges from the higher realms. So she's also, her name is Bhagirati. She's brought down by him. That's the Ganga. And Bhavishami Shachi Sutta, I will appear as the son of Sachi, Sachi Devi. Next.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is filled with bliss, who rescues the devotees from a host of calamities, and who is the master of yoga and the object of the yogi's meditation, will appear in his transcendental form and be known by the name Chaitanya.
This is also from the Padma Purana. There are 18 Puranas, Mahapuranas, and of those 6 are especially highly esteemed. They refer especially for the mode of goodness. Padma Purana is one of those 6. Narada Purana.
O Brahmana, in the age of Kali, I will appear disguised as a devotee of the Lord, and I will deliver all the worlds.
Bhagavad Bhakti Rupena. Prachanna. Lord Chaitanya is known as Channa Avatar, covered. He's Krishna, but he covers himself so well that people don't know he's Krishna. They don't know he's God. We can see all over the world, no one knows he's God. It's a good job of Channa, good covering. But it's time to reveal the truth now, because things are getting so bad in the world that without the help of Lord Chaitanya, everything's becoming more and more degraded. Next from Narada Purana.
O demigods, in the Kali Yuga, please take birth as devotees on the earth. I will appear as the son of Sachi in the Kali Yuga to start the Sankirtan movement.
And Lord Chaitanya did start the Sankirtan movement. Actually, the movement was underground before that. In Srivas Thakur's house, they were chanting the holy names of the Lord. They were chanting. But Lord Chaitanya took it out and brought it to the streets and engaged everyone in chanting. So that was the beginning of the Sankirtan movement. Wherever he went, when he traveled by foot. He would ask everyone to please chant the holy names of Krishna. And they would begin chanting and they'd become mad in ecstasy. And it's still happening. Next.
In the first Sandhya of the Kali Yuga, I will reveal my eternal golden form by the Ganges shore on the earth.
This is from the Brahma Purana. Next.
O sage, whose wealth is austerity, in the Kali Yuga, everyone will see my form as a sannyasi, a form filled with tears of bliss and bodily hairs standing erect.
Yes, now this is significant because it's confirmed by the writings of the Chaitanya Charitamrita and the Chaitanya Bhagavat, which describe that when Lord Chaitanya was dancing, the tears of his eyes weren't just coming out like ordinary tears. They were coming out like a syringe. And people anywhere nearby got drenched. So this is affirmed by the biographers. They were living there. They saw it. Eyewitnesses. Vrindavan Das Thakur, and he got his from the Goswamis and from Swarup Damodar Goswami from his notes, and so many reports from these devotees who were present. Next.
They who are bewildered by my illusory potency will not understand the great secret of the appearance in this world of me in my personal form. In my form as the incarnation of a devotee, in my form bearing the name of a devotee, in my form as a devotee, and in my form as the giver of devotional service. This secret is not to be revealed to them. Only the saintly, pure, renounced devotees diligently engaged in my devotional service will be able to understand me in these 5 forms.
This is from the Bhavishya Purana, which tells of things that will happen in the future. And he describes that he will appear with the Panchatattva. And he did appear in the Panchatattva feature. Next.
My dear male and female associates, headed by Sridham and Subala, who came to this world at the time of my advent as Lord Krishna, will come again during the Kali Yuga.
Next.
The Gopas will become the 64 Mahantas and the 12 Gopalas. To establish the truth of religion, I will enjoy many pastimes with them.
Okay, and this is the last one. That was from Ananta Samhita Shastra. And here's another one from the Ananta Shastra Samhita. Krishna's Chaitanya Gaurango, Gaura Chandra Shachishutaha, Prabhur Gaura Gaura Hari, Namani Bhakti Dani Me.
At this time, my names will be Krishna Chaitanya, Gauranga, Gaurachandra, Sachisuta, Mahaprabhu, Gaura and Gaurahari. Chanting these names will bring devotion to me.
So I think that's auspicious to hear this and to strengthen our resolve that this is not just made up. We didn't just pick somebody at random and he should be worshipped as God. And no, he's described in the scriptures. It's pre-told by all these scriptures. Mahabharata, what are the scriptures? Srimad Bhagavatam, that's considered to be the topmost of the Puranas. then Mahabharata. What else?
Upanishads.
Upanishads, the Atharva Upanishad, Atharva Veda, Chaitanya Upanishad, part of that. What else? Chandogya Upanishad, yes.
Samaveda.
Krishna Upanishad, yes. That's not. So all these different scriptures, different Puranas, Garuda Purana, Vayu Purana. So we have a good deal of Ananta Samhita of evidence. These are quoted by the Shastras, by the saintly persons, the sadhus. You ready? So, Sheshe Gornitai ki jai.
Maharaj Danavir Goswami Maharaj ki jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.